Thank you, everyone. It's really a pleasure to be here. In addition to all that, I'm also a 2 times brain cancer survivor. And this is relevant here for 2 reasons. One, because in these 2 episodes, I learned more about patient care than in my 15 years as a clinical psychologist. I know how overwhelming it can be to get all these advice and wonderful suggestions coming from the best intentions, and still it's hard. And the second thing I want to talk to you about is that this human need for well-being is universal, whether we have Marfan syndrome, we have cancer, we have autism. All we want to do is to feel well, to live well, to do well. And that transcends races, that transcends genders, that transcends ages. And there is my photograph. We have all been taken care of. We have all taken care of somebody, and we will. This is what makes our humanity. So this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about self-care, our own personal responsibility to take care of ourselves as a universal human being. And I also want to assure you, I try not to be charlatan. This is a very scientific-driven conference. We can still talk about important things, but yes, we can use science. We can use empirically validated information that will offer some guarantees. Science doesn't have all the answers, but it has correct method-driven answers. So this is why we pay attention to that. We should not neglect the important things in life. This universal need for well-being. So this is cognitively-based compassion training, actually an empirically validated scientific method for self-care. So, for lack of better words, I wrote this cartoon. I'm sure most of us are familiar with it. We have taken it or we have, and it's very clear. Even if somebody next to you needs your help, even if somebody next to you is underage, you need to put the oxygen mask on yourself first. And the reason is obvious, because if something happens to you, how on earth are you going to be able to help them, right? So we, psychologists, psychiatrists, care professionals, have gotten much better at making suggestions about what to do: diet, exercise, medical care, mental hygiene, those social networks. Those are all important things that we need to keep in mind, that we need to act on. But I don't think we are so good at exactly the intricacies, the details on how to carry out all those things that we know will deliver health and well-being. So the question is not so much what to do, but how to do it. And there the question becomes a little bit trickier. What am I talking about? I'm talking about management. I'm talking about acceptance, meaning making. How do you do that? But we all know that the more meaning, the more purpose we feel in our lives, the easier it is to implement all those helpful advice that everybody gives us. So, in addition, we need a method with some guarantees, again, empirically validated, but that can be applied to our own personal life, our own personal circumstances. It can be applied to my cancer, your Marfan syndrome, or the family's autism, I don't know. And even farther, to your own personal life. So I'm going to bring a quote from Atlanta native Martin Luther King, one of my heroes, who said, peace is not merely a distant goal that we see, but a means by which we arrive at that goal. And ladies and gentlemen, if we put there our own peace, our own mental peace, our own well-being, our own health, I think he already was telling us a lot about what to do. So I'm saying that well-being is a skill, actually, rather than a distant goal. It's also the goal. We need the goal, but it's more like a behavior, more like riding a bike or playing an instrument. Well-being is here now. It's what we do with my circumstances right here, right now, wherever they are. Whether it is Marfan syndrome, whether it is cancer, whether it is autism. How do I manage what I get in order to deliver the healthiest possible response, given all the helpful advice I get from all the care professionals and friends and family that are around. So this is what cognitively based compassion training is about. It's about the space in which we get to decide between the stimulus and the response. Generally, a reaction may come really quickly, but even though there's a space, we can delay that reaction. We can react and then think. We can pause. In that space, Viktor Frankl said, is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Viktor Frankl was a neurologist and psychiatrist that survived the Holocaust. I also like this quote from Shantideva, a Buddhist philosopher from the 18th century, who said, "Where could I possibly find a leather to cover the whole surface of the air? But with leather dust on the soles of my shoes, it's the same as having covered the entire Earth's surface." And of course, it's easy to understand. It's almost too easy, right? How do I apply it? But what my goal here today is for you to understand how cognitively based compassion training works, what it is about. So we intervene in that space, and we try to intervene on the things that we have control over. Maybe we don't have control over our Marfan syndrome. I didn't have control over my cancer to some extent. We'll talk about that. But I didn't get to decide whether I was going to have it or not. But between what I receive and what I do, I get a little bit of free will to decide what is the best outcome given the circumstances. So for that, it's very important to train our attention, to pay attention. And actually, William James, the father of American psychology, said attention cannot be trained. That was a mistake. Actually, we know that attention can be improved, enhanced, it can be trained. Yes. So these are the first two modules of cognitively based compassion training. It's training in attention first. We try to stabilize more or less attention, because we can, even where we are. And then we use that attention to look at our mental experience, what it is that we want to do with whatever presents to us. We look at that space without judgment and with a lot of kindness. So yes, I'm talking about meditation, and I'm glad my colleague talked a little bit about it, because I was so skeptical 10 years ago before my first cancer episode. I did not want to hear anything about mindfulness meditation, but it's this just a mantra, training in attention to acquire greater control of mental processes. This is what it is. So actually, it's a scientific technique and very validated. But then we bring compassion. So cognitively based compassion training is more the mindfulness training. It's also training in compassion. We bring some reflection, some cognitive reflection, some analytic reflection. And we look at ourselves, and we need to realize if we ask 7 billion people in this planet, do you want to do better or do you want to do worse? But it's really hard to do it. It's hard, whether you have, again, Marfan syndrome, or you have cancer, or you have autism, it's hard. So circumstances often do not help. And we have gotten really good at changing our circumstances around, but we are not so good at changing what is within us in our response to those circumstances. And this is where I think cognitive-based compassion training can help in addressing those limitations when dealing with circumstances. Again, I cannot get rid of something like Marfan syndrome, but I can relate to it in a healthier way. So let me give you a glimpse of what those limitations are about, which we actually deal with a lot of kindness again. It's very necessary, so we don't get defensive. We are open and we accept our limitations. One limitation is actually our focus, our overly too much focus on external circumstances. Another limitation is thinking those circumstances are permanent. Even chronic pain changes, right? Changes from morning to late at night, it changes from year to year, from day to day. Even a chronic condition like cancer changes. I'm now in remission. Why would I enjoy that? Right here, right now, I'm okay, right? So this is a little glimpse of how you work on your own well-being, which is ultimately your goal with what you have. And this is how you encourage yourself and train yourself. Because don't forget this, it's about doing. How do I train myself to actually deal with my circumstances in a healthy way? Of course, we need the conviction, and we are going to work on that. We're going to be practicing our conviction, our realization that there's little that I can do, but that much is worthwhile. So this is how meditation also works. It's the first part was mindfulness meditation. This is more analytical meditation, and it comes through the understanding, slowly sinking in our brains, and slowly changing our brain circuits, as there are studies that suggest that. First, you hear this, and it resonates. It makes sense. I hope you agree with some of the things that I say. But then, maybe even for some of you already, you are relating it to a very personal experience. Those details, those personal experiences that are only yours. And then you have this aha moment, you realize, oh my goodness, I know what he's talking about. I haven't had cancer, but I know what he says. He's fighting that. Why couldn't he enjoy that? And that resonates. You have an insight, and that moment. This is the second level. And then you go back, and we do it sitting on a cushion or walking, but this is analytical meditation. You go back to that experience. You recreate it in your body as well as in your mind. And that's how you change, that is how you change your brain. So meditation is also familiarization or cultivation. And then the third, last modules of cognitive-based compassion training are about others. Others that are so important, others with whom we are interconnected. This is the model of gratitude. Here lays the suggestion that everything we are, everything we have, everything we eat, everywhere we are, comes from others. Intentionally or unintentionally, others are helping us to be who we are. Our skills, our education, that actually changes your perspective of how to relate to all the world, all the other human beings who are there contributing to your well-being. The model 4 is actually impartiality. It's the suggestion that we are all in this together, that everyone is equally wonderful, equally confused, equally ignorant, and equally eager to be well, whether they have something or they apparently don't have anything, because all of us ultimately have something. So, and this is what compassion is. It's a sympathetic consciousness of your own and others' distress together with the desire to alleviate it. So this is what defines our humanity, working together. We feel for others. It's an innate ability that we can cultivate, we can expand, and it's in our own benefit to deal with ourselves and others, to expand this compassion. So ultimately, compassion training is training in social skills. If you have others' interests at heart, you're going to be a popular guy or girl, right? Everybody's going to like you. So you're going to get along with everyone. Let's say I'm going to walk out of this room and somebody before me slams the door in my face, and I'm like, I pause. Well, let's be honest, my first reaction is going to be, how rude. But I can still pause and say, wait, is this the thought? Is this the feeling, the experience I want to have now? Or is it plausible, maybe unlikely, but possible, that this person is in distress, that they are rushing to some important event, maybe some life-threatening situation? How do you feel when you think rude, or I hope they are okay? That is good for you too, right? And we have a little bit of a choice, maybe not the first reaction, but as we go, as we practice it, we'll have a choice, and it will come much more easily. So this is what actually recent psychophysiological evidence suggests. Social support is most beneficial for individuals who are practicing compassion, because they're able to take advantage of our social networks. So actually, this is very simple reasons why actually worrying and acting, not just worrying, I'll go there in a second, for others is good for us. One, it diverts our thoughts from self-focused thoughts on our problems, which are real, but for a moment, we are not thinking about ourselves. Number two, we compare ourselves and we realize, oh, surprise, there are always people doing worse than I am. Whether, that's not a consolation, at least we are able to appreciate what we have. Number three, it's very important, we think of something to do, we think of a positive outcome. So this is the positive thinking. There's always something we can do. If nothing else, at least we can accompany that person who is having a hard time. And this is the fourth last, the more important part, connectedness. We realize we are in this boat together. We are here together. So in Dalai Lama's words, if we seek happiness for others, we should practice compassion. If we seek happiness for ourselves, we should practice compassion. So the last module is actually empathy and engaged compassion, because it's very important to practice compassion wisely, to use discernment, to be very aware of where I am and my limits, and what is realistic for the other person to receive, and that also what would help them. So we need to train. It's that innate ability that we need to work on and elaborate. I have a couple of slides on actually scientific evidence of cognitive-based compassion training showing that it reduces immune, inflammatory, emotional stress response to psychosocial stressors, and even enhances the accuracy when actually assigning meaning to the facial expressions, including the neurobiology. And then there are actually applied studies with cancer survivors, medical students, who need a lot of stress reduction and social skills, as well as psychologists, and families and therapies with children with autism, in which I have participated. So, yeah, I'm sorry, I never liked the word meditation, and I'm a convert, so I have to quote Dan Harris, saying that, yes, we are looking at meditation as the next public health revolution. I just want to finish saying this. Well-being is our own personal responsibility, but however, it's inevitably connected with others' well-being, and there's the mind. it is in my best interest to take care of others, and it's in the best interest of others that I take care of myself. My best interest to take care of others, and others' best interest that I take care of myself. My desire to do well, and for others to do well, is not sufficient. We will have that. We need to train. We need to work on it. But it's feasible. And this is where you can reach me. I have cards and there's questions now. Thank you so much for your time.